Hey guys, Jim from Team Too Legit Card here. I'm coming at you guys with a Minerva deck profile. I just finished it today at locals. Somebody pulled the fourth Minerva that I needed, and then I ran it a little bit incomplete. I was still missing one break ride, but I ended up winning locals and just using my store card to get another trial deck, so it's now complete. So without further ado, the starter is Amanahagahari. I apologize for any awful pronunciations at the beginning, but her skill is when she boosts a grade 3, you can soul charge 1. And you don't have to put it in the soul, that's why I like it over Cinnamon or even the grade 3 searcher, because it's just constant adding that 1 to soul every turn when you get to grade 3. And it stays as a booster, which I like. And then obviously I'm running 4 Minerva, the new boss of Genesis, the Restander. Her skill is, for those who don't know, Limit Break 4. After she attacks, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, discard 3, and then she restands with plus 5,000. And she's also a cross ride with the break ride that came in the trial deck, which is Angelica, which I run 4 of. It's a really good break ride. I actually like its skill. Her skill is when a grade 3, Limit Break, when a grade 3 rides on top of her, you can Soul Blast 3 to draw 2 cards, which is really nice because it allows you to add that draw power you need and still have the pressure of being able to run 12 crits. And her secondary skill is when she attacks, you can Soul Charge 1 to add 1,000, which is really nice to build up that soul for Minerva because you need 3 in soul to restand. As well as the starter really helps because even if you are only on this for one turn, you're still only going to net -1 soul because of the starter and her skill. When she attacks, you're going to soul charge 2 anyways, so it's not that bad. And then for grade 2s, I'm running 4 Jupiter, the 12k attacker, 4 Regalia. Right now it only works with grade 3s until we get the extra booster that Japan just got, but it's still really good. A lot of people don't like it, but I don't understand that. When they say they don't like this, but everyone loved the Draconic Overlord 12k attacker when they were running only 8 grade. It only worked with the grade 3s as well, so it's flawed logic in my opinion, but it's still a really good card nevertheless. And then I'm only running 3 Sabahime in this build. I feel like you don't need as much soul charging because you only need a 3 from Minerva, and a lot of the newer support allows you to maintain your soul once you get the 3. And it's really not needed as much. It's still really good in the fact that if you only have Minerva in your hand, you can still get the Break Ride and the Soul and get the 13k body, which is really nice. And it still adds pressure because your opponent still doesn't want to let it hit, because, I mean, if they let it hit once, you're pretty much good for Minerva for the rest of the game because of the starter. And then I run 2 Witch of Grapes. It's one of the new cards out of set 14. And her skill is just when she's soul blasted, you can soul charge 2, which is really nice because that's one of the cards that helps you maintain soul in this deck. And then for grade 1s, I only run 3 perfect cards because I only have 3. I recommend 4 if you're running them in any deck. But it's still really good nevertheless. I'm not a really big fan of the Quintet Wall Insider because I feel like the main problem with this deck is decking out, and that just contributes to the deck out factor. So I'd rather just be safe and run perfect cards because you have plenty of other ways of soul charging and maintaining the soul. And one of those ways is Cumin, which you guys already know this card. Her skill is when she's written or called, you can soul charge 1. So it's nice to get your pieces in your soul and just start building up for Minerva from turn 1. And then I only play 3 Melissa as well. She's the same thing as the grade 2 Chamomile. When she's soul blasted, you can counterblast 1 to call her to rear guard. I don't like her as much in this build, especially at 4, because you need your counterblast for Minerva, and you'd rather restand than have an extra rear guard. But it's still really good nonetheless when you play retiring decks like Narukami, Kagero, and a few other clans. So it's a good card, but not worthy of running at 4 anymore. And then I'm running 2 Ordainao. His skill is when you can, you can return a Regalia grade 3 to the bottom of your deck and add 5,000 to either Minerva or Angelica. So it's really good because on non-break ride turns, you can still hit 21 boosting with your starter, and then 21 again with Minerva's restand, which is really good. And you can even have your rear guard columns hit 21, because a lot of times it's one of the easier to get off, because I know Gancelot and Astro Reverse got a clone of this as well. But you get to choose what you Soul Blast in this deck, and a lot of times you'll have extras of Minerva and the Break Ride in the deck, or in the Soul rather. So you can just choose to Soul Blast those and then use Ordain Out skill later in the game. And then I played 2 Witch of Oranges. I might bump this up. It's the same thing as Witch of Grapes. When it's Soul Blasted, you Soul Charge 2. So it's really good for helping you maintain that Soul and make sure you always have enough Soul to use Minerva's skill. And then finally, I'm teching in one-sider. Just if I draw Witch of Grapes, Witch of Oranges, Chamomile, or even Melissa, I can just guard with them and put them in my Soul. So it's a really good utility card, but I don't feel it warrants more than 1 or 2 copies in the deck right now, because there's a lot better grade ones like Ordain Out and everything else that needs to be in the deck. And then obviously for triggers, I'm running 4 heal and 12 crit, which you really don't need the draw power, just to reiterate, as Angelica's skill, and you'd rather have the pressure from the crits, and you could possibly win on Minerva your first turn to restanding, because you're going to be hitting when you Break Ride 26 and 26 again with your restand, and that's not even counting triggers. So it's just really good. And that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any suggestions, I mean, I just now finished the deck, so I haven't really had time to toy around with it, but I'm sure a few things will change. So make sure to leave in the comments if you think there's something I should be running that I'm not running, or if I should take something out. As well as, I just picked up a few Justicias. I still need a few more, so look forward to that deck profile, and possibly Yatagarasu in the future. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.